Welcome back, Tankers of Blitz Universe, to the channel. We have a review for you today of the T-34-3. This premium appeared in the store, and as with the 121B, it is available in containers only. So that makes the question, is it worth the money? A bit of an odd one, because yeah, if you are lucky and you get the tank from one of the containers which costs you €7, then it's a bargain. I mean, €7 for a tier 8 premium tank, that's a bargain. Even if it's a bad tank, it's a bargain. But Wargaming have done some small tricks, and I'll probably make a bit of a bigger video on this, because this is actually on a tank where I will express my thoughts on the whole container process. But suffice to say, those of you who have watched the 121B video will already know how I feel about this, and I think this is a pretty stupid idea. It's looking pretty greedy. It is really expensive to buy those containers. I mean, €7 for one container, 32 for 5, €60 for 10 of them, and 109 or €110 for 20 containers. And you only have a 5% drop rate, so it's not even a guaranteed tank you're getting. You get something from the list of rewards, and then you have 5% drop rate in terms of being able to get it. And there's a reason why Wargaming have probably made it 20 containers in the big pack, because 5 times 20 equals 100, and that will make you think, for those of you who aren't aware of math, that if you buy 20 containers you will get the tank regardless. Well, no, you don't. It's always 5% drop rate, so yeah. Back to the subject at hand itself, the T-34-3. As you can see, it's like the 1-to-1 on the tech tree. A big gun, 122mm with an average of 400 alpha. But oh my god, that aim time the reload time. The aim time is fine. It's really quick. You can see zip, it zooms in, and then you can shoot people. But the reload, I'm not fitting a rammer on this one. I have the calibrated shells because it is a 122mm gun with only 175 pen on its AP. It fires here for premium ammunition, which is good but bad against spaced armor, so AP shell would have been better. And you can see the aim time is pretty good. But if you miss a shot or bounce a shot, then you have to wait another 13 to 15 seconds before you can fire another one, and that has some real repercussions in terms of the gameplay. Gun depression is bad. It's a Chinese knockoff of a Russian tank, so that's only 5 degrees. We'll get to that in the stats and numbers in about a minute and a half. But yeah, it isn't. It's a fun tank to drive. The gameplay is pretty similar to a T-54, a T-44, a T-54 lightweight, a 62 with a front plate. Don't over-angle it, and you will get shot through the sides. You can side scrape in a bit because you have wide tracks, etc., etc. Frontal armor fairly good. It has good turret armor, so it can go hull down. We'll get to that later as well in the armor profile views. But the reload, oh, it's really long. Every tank you will face will be able to basically out DPM you, unless they fit a 122mm gun as well. So let's take a look at, here we are, all the tier 8 premiums which I found comparable. The T-44-100 obviously, because that's available from Spring Maneuvers, the T-44, the 122mm gun, and then we have the FCM as well, the T-26E4. And I've decided to add the IS-5 as well, because you will face the tank a fair bit, because it's a far cheaper premium to buy. And you can see basically in the terms of the armor department and the weaponry, the aim time is the only thing going forward. But then again, the dispersion is bad, and the IS-5 has the same dispersion. You do have a fairly good engine, but your power to weight ratio isn't brilliant. As you can see, an HP only 1300, which isn't a lot, on par with the Type 59, on par with the RU. And the frontal armor, that's good. But yeah, if you miss or bounce a shot on an IS-5, which yeah is of course not something you would be surprised to do. I mean, you bounce a fair few shots on IS-5, they will just be able to rush you and out DPM you. Like I said, the armor is mostly in the front. Turret front is pretty good, 220 max spaced armor on the gun mantlet. And here's the gun itself. And if you look at the armor profile then from the perspective of a Centurion 1, because that has pretty good penetration power at tier 8, this is what it looks like. Don't over-angle your tank, don't over-angle your sights. Keep an eye out on the left and right side of the gun, because those cheeks are fairly weak. The cupolas are weak points as well, but not too easy to hit if you wiggle it around a bit, the turret, and drive back into cover. But you can see what happens if you over angle. Always keep your gun on the inside of the track wheel, otherwise you will be shot through your tracks straight into the hull. You might catch the occasional shot on your tracks, but yeah, if you over angle it, you are fairly vulnerable, and you lack the DPM to cover for mistakes like that. And I think you have probably seen from that last game on Port Bay and this game as well, I've been playing the tank for a bit, and I really had to get used to the lack of gun depression. Because I like tanks with gun depression, I really had to get used to the long aim time, because it maneuvers around fairly good. It isn't too quick on the pickup, could be a bit better in my opinion. But yeah, it's in terms of gun handling and all, and the alpha, and especially the dispersion, this just doesn't feel like a medium. It feels like a heavy with that Russian 122mm gun. And like I said, any other tank you will face will be able to out DPM you if you miss or bounce a shot. For example, on an IS-3, who's going to pop in a few seconds, I will miss this one. I wasn't too sure what the other tank is going. Oh, I track him. Yeah, don't punch through its tracks. But like I said, I wasn't too sure what the red platoon of two tank destroyers was, so I decided to stay here in this little dip. I have some cover from camouflage, from foliage to my left. I can dive down into cover now over here, because I don't want to duke it out with an IS-3, which will be problematic for me to pen. 54 lightweight is over there, so we're rolling up over here, taking another slight hold down position. Here you can see the gun depression as well. It's not brilliant. Probably could have shot at KV4 from above, but I decided to shoot him now and then keep rolling back and forwards. As long as he doesn't face me, that's good. Hello, IS-3. Let's just jump down and drive in and shoot it to the ground. Like I said, the aim time is pretty good, so that helps. With an IS-6 on my back, so I have to move forward now. Our IS-3 is a one-shot, but I am trying to save him, or at least have that 44-100 shoot me, so he doesn't waste a shot on the IS-3. Keeping him alive just a little bit longer, but he's killed now by the IS-6. That's what I noticed from the messages on top, so that means that IS-6 is on my back as well. But then again, we still have a T-34-3 and a T-44-100 tune left alive. IS-6 is popping, yeah, here he is, and he shoots me in the butt. So I repair when I'm losing power. I always use repair pack. I have double repair, as you can see. I have the adrenaline mounted. And if you look at it, the equipment, in terms of equipment, you had already seen it in the beginning in the garage view, but I have the calibrated shells, the improved modules and improved optics, then supercharge, improved assembly and engine improved control on the middle line, on the bottom line, vertical stabilizers, toolbox and the consumable delivery system. So yeah, that's the T-34-3 mostly. We're going to do one more game on Castilla, which there's no ace game in these ones. I managed to do above, say, between 2 and 3k in total in most of the games. I know Skate has published a review popping in 3 mastery games, but I struggled a bit in getting a lot of damage done on this tank in the games I did, partly due to some of the teams just melting away really quick and then me lacking the DPM. And I've had a few games where I just got rushed pretty quick. After some comments in chat saying, "No, gold noob, you spent a lot of money to get that one." No, I didn't. This was given by Wargaming on my press account, as you can see. Yeah, I'm not not too impressed actually, and it isn't necessarily the fault of the tank. The tank itself is fine. I wouldn't have bought it if it were in the store as a T-Rate Premium, because I have more than enough T-Rate Premiums in my garage. But if this had been available for the price of, yeah, say like, what's the last T-Rate Premium available from the store? I think that was the Cruel Twist. Yeah, that one was more expensive because it had all the bits already unlocked in terms of equipment, so you didn't need to waste any spare parts or even gold to get it unlocked a bit quicker. But if this was available from the store for, say, I don't know, 35 euros, that would be on par with most of the other T-Rate Premiums, and then it could have been, well, worthwhile. Maybe not really worthwhile, but it's at least a lot better, because you know you will get the tank anyway. But hey ho. You can see what we're doing here. We're slowly working terrain, driving backwards, till I have just about 5 to 6 seconds left to reload, because it takes me 5 to 6 seconds to go up over here and get shots off. I think the IS-5 on the red team was actually blocking the IS, which allowed me to shoot him in the turret side. And here you can see on the frontal armor of an IS-5, even if he's angled up with his back towards me, with his back up against a hill, allowing me to shoot his front plate. And you can see, oh, the reload time, it just isn't brilliant. A bit lucky to go through the front because heat, and he was, yeah, showing his tracks basically. But the IS-5 was backed up against a hill, flattening out his frontal plate, and I even had problems going through, not because that one misses unfortunately, but because I was shooting the front plate. But you can see it was slightly pinkish in tone, and I decided to shoot his lower plate. That's pretty troll because of the aggressive angle. Still bounced, needed a heat shot, but luckily I'm in a position where I can just keep driving backwards. I mean, the gameplay it's not spectacular, it really isn't. Game time helps a lot on this one, the shot on the Arc Panther 2. But in the end, this game comes down pretty much to the real end game, because it's 2 versus 4. Luckily it is supremacy, because it's T-34-100. You can see in terms of hit points I have the advantage, but he has the DPM, so I really want my first shot to go in and penetrate. And we manage to. He has bad gun impression as well, but we shoot him on the track. We'll track him in place. I am waiting for my adrenaline to be reloaded, but you can see I fired once. He manages to fire us, to hit us again and do damage. I can shoot now through his front plate, and luckily, there we go, yes, catch one on the tracks. Thank you very much. That what I was looking for, hoping to get it on the tracks by angling my tank. But in the time, he managed to reload. I shot him, and then he managed to reload, put one shot into me, bounce one shot, and then put another shot into me before I was reloaded. So, and it was with adrenaline running. So you can see most of the problems will be in DPM with this tank. Like I said, there will be another video on the containers shortly. But yeah, if you can get it for 7 euros, if you're lucky, then it's worth the money. But other than that, I wouldn't buy those containers if I were you. Thank you all for watching. Please press the subscribe buttons below, and I'll catch you all on the next one. Cheers and happy tanking.